Okay, my wife and son have just pulled away on a 4-day trip, leaving me alone here in the house. The very first thing I did, since we were talking recently about the efficacy and responsibility of an individual to bear arms, I'm going to use this time as a little bit of an experiment since my toddler is not around. I'm going to be carrying the whole time. I no longer have a handgun of my own that I have at my disposal. I actually do have it's a long story. So I will be carrying my wife's little J-frame snubby, which I'm pretty sure is loaded, and we'll see how this turns out. All right, now I'm getting in a quick walk and getting used to having this sidearm. I've never liked carrying J-frames because, you know, I used to carry a Glock, and the thing about carrying a Glock is it's a brick. You know, it's a big, like, heavy thing on your hip. But because it's a brick, you don't feel like it's gonna, like, worm out of your belt. I mean, I have a holster, obviously, but a J-frame, because it narrows toward the point of the gun, I always feel like it's gonna come loose. I don't know, I'll get used to it. Speaking of arming oneself, to arm oneself against anxiety, one of the best weapons I've discovered are young adult novels. Because they're often really good stories, just told very simply. And I just checked the library hours. They are closed for the holiday through Monday. So I think there's going to be a little bookstore visit this evening. Pick up 3 or 4 books, just in case. Next item of business is going to be to go home and clean the entire house so that it doesn't look like a toddler lives there. Except it's a very large buck. Huh. So I'm gonna, of course, put all of his toys in his room, and then I'll be able to proceed as if I am an adult after the house is clean. And I still have to wash a bunch of dishes from Thanksgiving. After the house is clean, I plan to meditate for 1 hour. How about that? Now I'm one of those people. Yeah, Shane just sent me a text, said he's on the Minecraft server, so all that's out the window. Jesus. I don't know how long to guess that it's been here. Looks like the eyes are already gone. What is up with that? Why would someone cut out its tail regions? Looks like they just cut the antlers off there. So the trail, I mean, you can see the houses through the trees there. This is our, like, neighborhood nature trail. It's just off the trail. Did they gut it? Okay, so it's not gutted. So yeah, whoever it was just took the antlers and left, I guess. I don't see any blood. It hasn't rained. Huh. Alright, Brian, there's one part of your challenge complete. Alright, Brian also challenged me to build a fly shop and gun store in Minecraft, and so I, of course, accepted that challenge. Got a little carried away. Just kidding. That's a woodland mansion that Shovel and Shane and I took over. Old Greg's been playing on this server with us, too. I will show you the fly shop. It's down this way. Maybe we'll do a tour or something of the mansion in a bit. We've got a nice skelly spawner set up down there, and then there's this cozy little branch on the path. Takes you through the dark woods to the gleaming, always open 24/7, the Eyes Fly Shop and Gun Store. And it's the shopkeeper is this guy here. He doesn't really talk much, but he's a hell of a salesman. So here we have the fly rods on the wall here, and there is actually a fishing mechanic in Minecraft, and I will show you that now. Okay, so there's all kinds of room in the Woodland Mansion, plenty of stuff in here, but what we're interested in now is this little back porch I made for the place, and you go down here, and there's a little fishing hole. So let's grab our fishing rod here and equip it. Okay. So this is Minecraft fishing. It's a lot like real fishing. Come on. Come on. Here, fishy, fishy. I think this is definitely more of a... Ooh, is that a zombie? Where is it? I don't want to be zombied up while I'm fishing here. This is my peaceful relaxation time. All right, see if we can catch a bigger one. There are no trout in Minecraft, but there are. I think the one I just caught was a fish. It's generic fish, and then you can catch salmon. This definitely looks like a salmon place to me. And then there are other. There's a clownfish, and yeah, that's a salmon. What? I don't know where this zombie is. Oh, he's in the water. Dude. I'm fishing. I'm fishing, man. Ow! Okay. And, oh, right, I built the dock, so I can't get back on. You get the idea. That's Minecraft fishing. And here we have some boats for sale. Over here, the fly rods, of course, they're kind of low end, $2,500. For the Christmas presents and stuff like that, people get their first fly rod. So over here though, we've got the real deal. We've got the Sims waders. They're only $100,000. And there's no guns in Minecraft, but there are bows and arrows. So I didn't want to like try to build a giant sculpture of a gun or something because it wouldn't really fit in the fly shop. But so these are tactical assault bows. I feel like that's a pretty good compromise. And very shiny, enchanted tactical assault bows. They're only $1,500 a piece. And then over here, fly tying vices, $500. They suspiciously look like levers, but let's not. Yeah, here's the shop dog. We got some trophies on the wall up there, and there's this guy. We'll see if you can. Yeah, so you can buy some 22 long rifle arrows for only $5 million, and then if my buddy here will move aside, you can get a bobber. If you're going to be using it for spin fishing, it's 50 cents, but if you're going to be fly fishing with it, it's $10. So, thank you, sir. Have a good day. Again, another trophy on the Oh, and we got the skylight here, so you can see the stars. So yeah, there it is, the Eyes Fly Shop and Gun Store. Oh man, so I came out to get some fly tying hooks on Black Friday evening. It's a bad idea, but I reached in my pocket and realized that I do not have my wallet, which has my concealed carry paperwork in it. So I think I better stop carrying this gun awfully quick. So I realized I left my wallet, and I was gonna go to Field and Stream and buy some hooks so I could tie flies with the dead deer fur that I got today. Could tie those tomorrow morning for my morning fly tying video, right? And then I got into Field and Stream. Like, number one, I thought, hey, it's like 7:30 on Black Friday, like it'll have calmed down by now. And it wasn't that crazy, but like the parking lot was just this sea of cars, right? And so I got in there, and of course they didn't have the hooks that I wanted, and I was like, stood there for a long time, and I called another fly fishing store across town, but they're closed. And because I'm the only guy that wants to buy hooks on Black Friday evening. Anyway, I got up to the checkout line, and there was just all these people, and one of the guy next to me had this giant sheath knife in his pocket, like in the sheath in his pocket, next to his pocket knife. And I thought, man, really? Like, you're Black Friday shopping, open carrying this big sheath knife? And I looked at him, And I looked at all the other people in the line, and I looked at these hooks that I didn't even really want. They were just like a compromise. And I was like, I'm not going to cut open the envelope for my emergency cash because I left my wallet at home. And I was using the emergency cash I keep in my bag. I'm not going to cut open that envelope for these hooks I don't want in a store I don't want to be in on a night when I don't want to be shopping. I'm just not happy about that. So I'm going to play some Minecraft. All right, good morning. First night alone in 3 years went very well. Slept great. Didn't have to wake up in the night because someone was screaming in the next room. Didn't have to make anyone food in the middle of the night. It was pretty nice, actually. It really was. So anyway, I assume this video will follow up the Field and Stream rant. And I was mad at Field and Stream and that whole experience. But really, I was mad about something else, which is that the situation with the deer got a little more sorted as things went on. So I put a message on our neighborhood Facebook page because that deer was laying in a place where it could be easily stumbled upon. I mean, I stumbled upon it, but it could be easily stumbled upon by children, by people walking their dogs, people who might not have their loins as girded as mine are against gruesome things in nature, whatever. So I put a message on the Facebook page, said, hey y'all, there's dead deer up here. You know, this is our like neighborhood nature walk thing. Maybe we should deal with this. Like, I'm happy to help. Wait, that's wrong. I'm happy to help, haul this thing deeper into the woods or, whatever the proper thing to do with it is. I don't really know the proper thing to do. And literally as I got back to the house, so like within 10 minutes, my phone rang and it was a neighbor. It happens to be the neighbor who moderates the Facebook page. And he said, hey man, I had to take your post down because people were offended about the dead deer photos. Well, it was just one photo, and it was like from a distance and through some trees, and mostly just was sad. It was not gruesome. There was no blood. I mean, you guys saw the deer. So, whatever. And within like 10 minutes, really, people were like, so anyway, I said, okay, well, what do we need to do to clean this up? And he said, well, I've got a hunter friend that's going to take care of it. Really? You already got a hunter friend on this case in 10 minutes. That's great, man. That's good work. Why is some random hunter interested in cleaning up our mess? Well, he hunts back there in those game lands, which by the way is where the bothy is. And so he's going to help us out. He's got some private land. He's going to take the deer away and let it rot out in his woods. Oh. So if he's got private land, why is he hunting back there? Well, he likes to, reasons. Okay, cool. All right, well, whatever. I mean, does he know anything about how that deer got there? Like, does he know who killed it? Well, no. That deer was hit by a car. Really? Yeah, it was hit by a car down on the road and then somebody left it up here. Huh. Okay, now this place is half a mile away from the road through the neighborhood. I've never hit a deer with my car, knock wood. But I don't think I would drag it through someone's neighborhood to leave it in the wood. And so this conversation goes on, and y'all, like, I was a journalist for many, many years, and I still got some of those instincts, and even though I do not practice that discipline anymore, there's a particular feeling that you get when someone is telling you the story and you know it's not the whole story. So, I was mad. I was mad that someone would kill a deer and leave it like that. And that is, by the way, illegal in North Carolina. And then I was doubly mad. This guy guy's lying to me, man. Like, you're lying to me. I hate it. I can't stand it when it is an insult to my intelligence. Like, if you want to lie to me about like if I were to go into a financial advisor and be like, what should I do with my, dead uncle's inheritance? It's a $5 bajillion and I don't know what to do with it. And then he was like, oh, well, you need to invest in XYZ firm. That's going to grow, outperform the stock market. And it happens to be his own firm. That's fine. That's okay, because I'm too stupid to know the difference. But to tell me that you live way back at the end of the neighborhood, there's a dead deer behind your house, and someone hit it with a car and drug it there? Like, number one, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that? Number two, did someone knock on your door and say, hey, can I drop this dead deer off behind your house? Don't insult my intelligence. And then the issue of the antlers, which is that they were sawn off. Furthermore, there was all that trash. I can't remember if you could see that in the video. There was all this like plastic wrap laying around the deer, right? And it was Realtree camo plastic wrap. So like someone hit this deer with their car and wanted to drag it all the way up there and happened to use Realtree camo plastic wrap, like not trash bags, not, a blue tarp from Walmart, but like it just doesn't add up. So that's the story. That's why I'm upset about it. And I don't know. I don't know what the truth is, and I'm trying not to get too, too suspicious or whatever, but it seems an awful lot like this guy's buddy was, the hunter was the person that killed the deer and took the antlers and all that. Anyway, that's just my take on the situation. More to come. All right, I stopped and made my monthly contribution to the children of the fly shop employees' college funds there. Man, everything is so expensive. Anyway, so here's the update on the deer. I went back, and the deer was gone. So it was indeed cleaned up. There was a piece of hide laying there, which I swiped, and I put it in a bucket of salt, and then I had to leave the house. So I called my guru guy, and he said that I need to stretch it. So it looks like I'll be stretching some semi-decomposed hide tomorrow that's been in salt overnight. Well, good morning. It's nice and crisp and cool. I'm gonna go drink my coffee and tie some flies, but first, let's nail some hide to a board. And the tobacco that I am choosing for this endeavor, Cornell and Deal's Star of the East. I wanted something really strong, full flavored to cover up any unpleasantness, so I got on tobacco reviews and I found that this stuff gets 4 stars in the covering up the odor of rotten flesh category. Okay, so here we are, and I got a lot of advice on how to do this. I'm not going to take any of it because I asked people how do I cure a hide, and I don't think everybody gave me really good advice, and most of it was pretty similar even. It's such a small piece of hide. It's tiny. That I don't think it warrants a lot of work. Doesn't smell very good. Okay, so Brian, I know you're watching. You can advise me on whether or not I'm doing this right. It's been in the salt overnight. And it was probably laying on the ground 24 hours, would be my guess. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Come on, Star of the East. Smells nothing like a rotting deer. Okay. I did set aside a few tufts of hair. I totally half-assed that project. Did you notice that? I did wash it off after I had stretched it. I'm guessing I probably should have washed it before I stretched it, but who knows? So it's washed off, and it is sitting. It's nailed to the board and sitting on the roof right now in the sun to dry from the washing. And then I'm going to cover it in salt and put it in a trash bag. That's my plan. But I set aside some tufts of hair to tie with this morning, with which to tie this morning. So let's get to it, shall we? I went to the fly shop yesterday, as you know, and I bought some things for this project. I am such a sucker when it comes to this stuff. I am well versed in how retail salesmanship works, and yet I still fall for it when it comes to the fly fishing gear. I had this brown olive thread, and the guy was like, "Oh, you need some dark tan. You need some dark tan for this." Like the same freaking color, man. Like the fish are not going to be able to tell. But I was like, "Oh yeah, I better get some dark tan. I wouldn't want to have the wrong color brown on my brown deer hair caddis flies." Anyway, that's what we're using. All right, I got my hair stacker. I've taken my antibiotics preemptively. And let's start playing around with this stuff, see what we can find. Okay, well, I can definitely see why the elk hair caddis is the elk hair caddis and not the deer hair caddis. This stuff is really, really wispy and hard to stack and hard to measure. But again, I don't get to choose what dead animals I find in the woods. Maybe next time I'll find a dead elk. It's really hard to take myself seriously with this hat. Just chilling. I've got maybe 45 minutes of daylight left, and I'm here in the path of those deer that I saw right before I found the dead one. Got a big camera, in case anybody wonders what I'm doing, and I'm just sitting here enjoying the late afternoon sun, keeping an eye out. All right, got a good haul from the used bookstore here. I got this thing. I got this for my kid. He likes trains a lot, and this looks like it's got some kind of moral meaning or something. I don't know, whatever. And then for me, I got just some random young adult books. Red Kayak, which seems to be about some sort of, it's a story for boys. And Night of the Howling Dogs, can't go wrong with that. Good cover art. And then I stole this one off the, I basically stole this one out of somebody else's shopping cart. A Monster Calls. That looks pretty good. And I have to say, it's been 3 days now, and I think that my hip bone has become one with the hammer on this damn J-frame. I don't know if that's going to work out long term. So we normally run the dishwasher every day, right? And it's full, like super full. Well, I've been here by myself 3 days, and this is what I have produced. I mean, I'm still going to run the dishwasher because I'm too lazy to wash all that by hand. Good morning. It is the final day of the sabbatical. My wife and son are, at this moment, probably frantically trying to get out of their hotel room and get on the road. They'll be home late tonight, and I am very excited. Last night went fine and everything, but I did, the missing my boy really started to kick in, so I'm ready for them to get home. It's Monday, it's a work day for me, so that's why you see me sitting here drinking coffee and time flies. This is what it looks like when a photographer starts organizing all his gear. This is why I can't do this when the boy is at home. God damn it. I haven't been this angry in a long time. In other news, we've got some really hungry birds here. I came back to refeed them. I was gonna take a walk up the mountain, but we're losing daylight pretty fast. And I gotta think of how I want to respond to this situation. I suppose leaving the head on his doorstep would be too much. Well, good morning. It is, the sabbatical has come to an end. I'm so glad to have my family back. And I learned a lot, and I thank you guys for watching this long-ass video with lots of moody silences and stuff. I called the Wildlife Resources Commission about the deer, told them the situation. They said that there were crimes committed, but of course they can't do anything about it, which was what I expected. So that's fine. I sent my neighbor a text and just said, "Hey man, you know that deer that was hit by a car? Well, it's still up there, even though your hunting buddy was gonna have it removed. It's still up there. It's about 10 feet away, 10 yards away from where it was the first time. It almost seems like your hunting buddy just moved it a little further into the woods, as like, just kind of sweep that under the rug. It almost seems, anyway, you might want to get a new hunting buddy, because that one's obviously an asshole." So, and he sent me back a thumbs up emoji. Yeah, thanks, appreciate the info. I'm a poacher. So I'm just gonna let that lie, because anything else is just me trying to satisfy my own ego and my own anger. I want to see the guy embarrassed. I want to see him taken away in handcuffs by the game warden, whatever. That's not going to happen. I'm letting the issue go with the knowledge that in the woods, things balance out. And I assume, I can't get into the mind of someone that would kill a deer. I'm sorry. I can't get into the mind of someone that would find a deer that was hit by a car and remove the antlers with a saw. I can't get into the mind of that person to know why they would do that, but I will assume that they have some latent appreciation for nature, and that they will spend time in the woods in their lives, and the woods equalize. So we'll just leave it at that. I learned that I've got a lot of good subscribers and sundry on YouTube who will watch long videos in which I have moody silences. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more. I didn't quite hit every challenge. I got a lot of those challenges, but we'll great, some cat drama out there. I think we'll revisit. Why can't we all just get along? Keep the ends out for the ties.